Hello, everybody. Hi to everybody watching live and listening in the future on our podcast. This is TV&D, the show where we play classic dungeon crawls as classic TV casts. A big thank you to all our subscribers here on Twitch. We really appreciate the support. If you subscribe during the show, we'll be sure to shout you out at some point before we wrap up for the night. I'm Brian. I'm the Game Master. Here, of course, with Carolyn Page, Eli Uden, Tony Wilson, and our guest, so excited to have her, Rekha Shankar is here. Hello.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
We owe you one. Welcome to the third and final session of our Frasier campaign. We've turned Frasier, Niles, and Martin Crane into fantasy adventurers and sent them through a hellish mega dungeon. But this week they've been accompanied by they will be accompanied by a new ally. Rekha, who are you playing?
I'm playing Daphne Moon.
Wait a minute,
lots of
Daphne's got a
accents
last
on there.
name.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
Daphne's
God.
got a last name for sure.
Oh,
It's Moon?
Really?
Her last name
She's
is
a
Moon?
werewolf.
Her last
Oh,
name
wait a
is
minute.
Moon.
Did you not see that?
that's all
arc where
coming
she's
back
a
to me
werewolf?
now.
You know,
Wow.
she should have been a werewolf. She's really she's a psychic, she's a healer, and that she's a physical therapist, she's a cleaner.
That's why
That's,
she moved to America. There was a rash of violent animal attacks in her hometown, and they were
That's
they were
probably
getting
it.
they were gaining on her, so she had to flee, become
Yeah, I
a
think
physical
that's probably
therapist.
Exactly.
Mm.
Let's see, real fast. Could the rest of the gang give me a quick or remind everyone who we've been playing the last couple of weeks? Eli, who are you?
I'm Frasier, the Frasier man. I'm Kelsey Grammer. I'm balding actively on the show, which they make part of the plot line, which I feel like probably hurt Kelsey Grammer's feelings, but he's also a hardcore conservative, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm a fighter in D&D.
Carolyn, who are you?
I'm Marty Crane. I'm a wood elf. I'm a former ranger. These are my sons, who I am sometimes proud of, but largely confused by. And I have a little companion, Eddie, the dire Jack Russell Terrier.
Mhm.
Oh.
Tony, who are you?
I am Dr. Niles Crane, the other Crane brother, a magic user, an elf. Aspirations of entering Catch-all City High Society. That's right. It's a Niles episode for 3 episodes, apparently. We haven't talked about this, Brian, but I imagine that like entering high society is some kind of fantastical event here. It's
Yes,
it's not so much. Yeah, the wine is in fact the key to a portal to high society.
Yes, that's all
something
canon
similar.
now.
Okay, good.
I felt like
Just
I
give
feel
me-
like that was all in the
letting that sink
PowerPoint.
in.
You watched the PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I definitely had my eyes open the whole time. Niles had a little. He deviated a bit from some I call them Niles norms, but he's kind of getting back on his track, trying to put his violent last episode behind him and deal with the horrors that he committed on all those goblins.
Did violate the Geneva Convention at least 2 to 3 times last game. A lot of war crimes for Niles.
It was a new record for the amount of times the words "I stab him in the neck" was said.
Yeah. That was his other
Yeah.
path to high society. He was going to do war crimes and then become like an op-ed writer for the New York Times, and then he would be.
I don't want to split hairs here, but it was the Adam's apple is I think kind of that was the
bullseye
main
of
That was
target.
it. That was it.
Yeah.
Rekha, did you have any ideas for this fantasified, this D&D turned version of Daphne, who in the show in Frasier is Martin's caretaker? Correct?
Yes.
You're the
In
Frasier
the-
expert here.
Yes, she is Martin's caretaker, physical therapist / like live-in nurse. So I mean, I was gonna kind of just wing it according to what was going on in your story. Like if Martin needs help, sure, but if Niles needs romancing, then sure. If Frasier needs a foil, an annoying, more simple-minded foil, I got you. So I'm here to serve.
Marty
Perfect.
definitely needs help because Martin has been rolling like
Very
shit.
poorly.
So
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay.
they may be hired as like a companion
Okay. Yeah.
We
with
called,
him.
yeah, we notified Daphne. We were like, Martin's
Oh,
having a
okay,
lot of
good.
trouble with the adventuring. If you could,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
free, his legs locking
great.
up.
Yes. Well,
As far as Niles and Daphne, I think this is one of those situations where, in this kind of quantum Frasier space, there probably have been sparks in the past, but right now, Niles is pretty single-minded
Yeah.
on this wine, and he needs it. But I think that tension is probably existing around it a little bit in
okay.
some way.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that.
Wonderful. So we talked about it a little bit, but Niles has brought his brother Frasier and Father Martin to the mines of Maguffia in search of a bottle of wine allegedly vinified by the gods themselves, hoping that it will grant him a ticket into high society that he so desperately craves. Last week, they fought a bunch of goblins, Niles found a new taste for blood, and were finally able to acquire a map to the Wine Hall of the Gods, conveniently located in our big mega dungeon that we've been playing in.
Yes.
We'll hand wave. We'll say a letter was sent back home to the city of some assistance with Martin was needed, and Daphne magically appeared via portal. Back of a crow. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, back of a crow is what they use in Manchester, so I think that makes sense.
Now supplied with the map that you acquired from the mapsmith, you've been navigating the dreary, dark halls of the mines of Maguffia, heading down staircases, fighting through, making your way through spider webs. Finally, the stone wall, stone floor begin to make way for fancier, bleached white marble, sort of with an Olympian vibe. As you step into a large circular chamber, there are
Oh,
Cool.
there's something there. There's some sort of creature in the middle that's quite big.
Yeah, don't worry about that. You don't see that. You don't see that.
Eddie,
There are
what happened to you?
these exquisite portraits on the walls, green and pink plants placed in very like feng shui arrangements. A giant pair of double golden doors directly to the north, and in between you and that, a large sleeping three-headed dog that is snoring loudly from all three heads. This is, of course, what you've been searching for, the Wine Hall of the Gods, where hopefully Niles can finally find this wine that he's been searching for that he can bring back to the city and become a dignified member of high society. What do you do?
I
think-
admired the paintings first. My God, Niles, the brushwork. Take one of these.
Eddie,
Yeah.
Eddie kind of sniffs at the dog and like starts to edge forward, and I like pull him back a little bit.
I think Daphne looks around and she said, "It's all a bit tacky, if you ask me."
I like it.
Uh,
I think it's nice.
Niles is just doing that noise as he like kind of head shakes in 360 degrees around the room. Then notices that this Cerberus type creature has 3 Adam's apples, which is far beyond his typical number for stabbing. He may be able to preserve the bloodlust for now, knowing his better judgment.
I'd like to make a
Oh,
jest to Daphne where I go, for the old gods, a little new money. And then Frasier laughs and such. Daphne doesn't have to laugh. It's mostly
Daphne
Frasier.
doesn't laugh. And, she said she kind of is examining the dog, and she's like, this looks like my brother Nigel after he's had a pint. And feels like she might understand. Can she try to see any? How far away from it are we?
Okay. Let's see. This room's kind of on the bigger side. Let me pull out a little measuring tool here, see exactly what we're dealing with. Yeah, let's go about 15 feet away.
Okay.
I'd like to see if my like ranger skills give me any kind of sense of where this dog, like maybe we can play it some music and I'll stay asleep. Like how can we like sneak around it?
I like the idea of
Uh,
playing music to keep something asleep. It's like
That's
quickly
what you
noise.
do in these situations to a three-headed dog. You got to play it a tune.
When as a ranger did you learn that playing a tune keeps large animals asleep?
Oh, that's just common knowledge. I thought
Of
that I
course.
just want to do a check to see if I can do that. But I spent a
Do you-
brief time that my sons don't know about this, but I was in the Ranger Music Corps for a season.
It's like the army band. There's the Ranger
Yeah.
Music Corps.
And do you have to play 3 different songs because it has 3 different heads?
Yeah, I'm gonna need harmony help from everyone.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Martin, I'm
well-
afraid you don't seem to have brought your instruments. And I'm not sure that there is a spell or a song that will magically keep this animal asleep that you are aware of.
I have a small hammer and some iron spikes if we want to make music that way.
Not exactly the choice of Brahms.
yeah.
That's just Rekha.
Well, in that case, I'd
Uh,
like to.
I think we should stay away from percussion entirely.
I think we should try and sneak around it. Let's just sneak around it. Let's all be very quiet.
Can I?
You know.
Ooh, sorry. I have a ring of hold person. I don't know if this is person or creature or whatever. Can I just paralyze it with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a save, but I don't see why not. What does it look like when you cast Hold Person from your magic ring?
It's my ring. The ring is glowing, but I'm just sort of doing like what you do with a dog. Where it's like hip, stay hip, like that.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna make him make his save with disadvantage, because he is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Marty's gonna hum a little tune.
Good lord.
Double 19.
Double 19 seems like a pretty good save.
It's so he is still asleep, but you're having a sense that maybe it's too powerful to be held by this magic ring.
My ring just snaps. I'm like, well,
Brian, I'm gonna do a little bargaining here. You would say that a dog is man's best friend, right?
I've heard.
Three dog heads must even be closer to man-ish. I would say that this dog is approaching humanoid qualities insofar as the type of qualities necessary in order to cast Charm Person.
this is like half D&D, half Shark Tank every week. We're just like, okay, DMs, here's an idea I have.
The return on investment is that we will not be eaten.
Can we do Shark Tank next season?
That's very fun.
We actually should. Okay, let me see. Charm Person. He gets to make a save versus spells. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Great. So, what does it look like casting Charm Person, Niles?
Well, Niles sort of steps out in front of his brother and said, well, you aren't necessarily the strongest sorcerer of the cranes. Allow me. And, it's, again, very Mickey Fantasia. There's a lot of, it's all happening in the wrists with a high chin. And little Sparkles kind of dance our three-headed dog friend awake, where I say, Enchante, my canine friend. We are searching for this unnamed bottle of wine that we've taken 3 episodes to not name.
We never will.
Perignon. There we go. Oh no, he knows the wine that shall not be named.
DMCA Vineyards of Dom Perignon. Yeah.
And I suppose that a fine fellow like you may know the way.
So the dog, this 3-headed dog, like its eyes begin to flutter open, those heavy eyelids moving up, awakening from its sleep, like the magic charm person dust flows from your Fantasia-esque fingers, sprinkling into its nostrils as it quickly just becomes large puppy dog eyes, and it lets out this loud bark that echoes throughout this circular chamber, and then like pounces on you. Niles hits the ground with an oomph and is immediately just like with this giant tongue, licked very affectionately by all three heads. It does not speak, however.
I'm looking like directly at Eddie, who is just watching this happen from a foot away, and I said, "And I thought you were bad."
And I'll go, well, Niles, I didn't think you'd pull it off, but I suppose every dog has its day. Nothing from anyone again. That's Frasier's specialty.
I say, oh, you must have a bit of dirt on you. It's licking your face.
Dirt where? And Niles is even more revolted by the idea.
I will
Martin's
say,
gonna,
Eddie can
Martin's
now
gonna
play with
sneak
it
towards
safely.
the door and try and open the gold door.
So Martin, you inch closer and swing these large golden doors open, and the hallway continues on into another circular chamber that, if Roll20 decides to agree with me, I will reveal. There we go.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh.
So the doors open with a loud noise into another circular chamber of white marble. There are these braziers in each of the four corners.
Brazier crane.
Frasier?
Brazier cranes.
Brazier.
Uh,
I'm Brazier.
the light from the brazier cranes flickers off of the like domed ceiling.
The braziers are shaped like cranes, and their eyes are
Yeah.
the flame, where the flame comes out, right?
I thought that was implied. Karen.
Yeah,
The
okay,
room is
okay.
full of braziers and also Biles. Simone Biles is there. Everyone's there.
So let's see. Some passages head off. There is a east hallway, a western hallway, and to the north is another pair of golden doors. However, as I'm assuming everyone steps or continues forward.
Yes.
How big is the doorway? Can the dog come with us?
Cerberus unfortunately cannot fit through the doors. He is doomed to stay out protecting the
Show me the measurements. Just kidding. That's fine.
A lot of bargaining today. A lot of bargaining.
So you step into the this circular chamber when approaching you, sort of politely, is this shaded ghostly spirit. It like sort of like bows its head politely. It's its hands are folded and it's like, welcome to the wine hall.
Thank you. Now, my brother here is looking for a very particular bottle. If you could help. I just am treating him like I'm in Trader Joe's now. My brother's looking for a specific bottle, if you have a moment.
Sorry, Tony, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna agree. Niles kind of dusts himself off and looks awkward. He didn't expect that he would actually have to interact with a person here. Ah, yes. Well, we, my fine spectral friend, are looking for the bottle that shall not be named. Of course, you know the one.
Oh, of course I know the one. The spirit gestures. Let's see. To the eastern passage. This is, of course, where the hall where all of our wines are served. Please feel free to proceed. Ahead, past those doors, is a staff-only chamber where the wines are made. You can, of course, get a tour if you request one ahead of time. And then just be careful heading to the west. That is the torture chamber where, of course, we throw all non-gods, thieves, and intruders in to be imprisoned and tortured for the remainder of their short and pathetic lives.
Martin
Ah,
puffs
yes,
up
and
and tries
while
to
they
look
have you-
godly.
Niles says, and while I have you, I'm also looking for a nice Malbec. And then he hears what he said about the torture chamber, and then goes white as a sheet and turns around and kind of walks back to his brother and does the hand on the shoulder, head down.
Niles, head up, Niles. This is what you wanted. And I say to the ghost, I say, Thank you. And it says that I have manacles in my equipment. Can I just give him the manacles as a tip and be like, for your hauntings? Very ghost-like, I feel like.
Very good, sir.
I even do
Just
it the
puts
same,
into
like,
his
kind of.
ectoplasm.
I like slip it to him like a tip too, like for your hauntings.
The spirit dismisses himself with a "Oh!"
And an extra clank that's like jazzier, even
Yeah.
ghostlier.
I'd like to
than
know if I
usual.
can hear him clanking and if he seems happy about it.
He's quite thrilled.
Hell yeah.
Marty's gonna go peek around the corner and see if there's anyone else in the hallway, drinking the wine. That's
So that's to the Eastern Passage where
Yeah.
he said the
no,
okay,
not
great.
not the torture one.
Right.
West is torture, east is wine. What is Golden Way? North?
Golden Doors is
Impl-
apparently where the wine is made.
Okay. For the magic.
So Martin peeks around the corner and can see. See if this revealing tool works. It does.
Ooh.
Let's see, a fountain another circular chamber with a fountain in the middle of it. There is in the middle of it, there are more paintings and brazier cranes. Very decorative room, of course. But it's sort of distracting that a sort of like Greek god sculpted man is leaning over the fountain, just retch puking into it. Clearly went a little too hard on the wine. Two spirits, sort of like the ones you were just speaking to, are desperately trying to get him away. But he keeps fighting him off, like, I'm fine. And then
Niles
dunking back
says,
into the
looks like the last thing this man needs is more spirits. And then looks to his brother for approval, which I'm assuming I get.
I give you just like a that's it. Just, I suppose.
I think Marty thinks we should try and trick this god into stealing the wine for us, since they're going to know that we're not gods eventually. And whoever has highest persuasion should do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
there is no persuasion.
Ryan, while
Zach.
we
You're just
all-
gonna have to convince me.
Okay.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
While we all look at our character sheets, Brian, can you again like describe the physicality of this god guy?
How sweaty
Like,
is
what do
he?
we have to do to like bridge the gap between a humble crane family plus Daphne and a wine drinking god?
It's you probably need to be dressed in, of course, like flowing white robes, and have rippling abs, very large pectorals the size of your head. It's dude,
Oh no, says Daphne.
like he's 6'5", straight up ripped.
Carolyn's pitch was to convince someone else to get the wine for us.
Yeah,
Convince
I
this
think we
drunk
should.
guy.
I think we
Yes.
try and win this drunk guy over.
I agree. Okay.
I
Are we
like
talking
Marty
about
wants.
a drunkard?
Yeah, let's send Daphne. Her accent makes her seem fancier, like a god, and he'll see right through their pseudo intellectual bullshit, you two sons. So I say we send Daphne.
I try
All
to
right. I've seen a drunk or two in my day.
I try to ingratiate myself by repeating the joke she made earlier, where I'm like, "Looks like your brother after a pint." Yes. And then
Yes, Dr. Crane, she says to her employer. Yeah,
Just
so
like
I'll
real life.
follow Martin. Yeah, I'll follow Martin.
Yeah, so we'll walk up together and I'll kind of like put Eddie in front, like the cute dog. Maybe I'll hand Eddie, well, he's too big to pick up, but I'll have Eddie go walk with you to try and charm this god.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. So
Yeah.
Daphne strolls through the circular chamber. The god is puking, of course, into the fountain. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you had a late nightcap, huh?
I'm good. I'm good. Hello, I'm good. It's all.
Uh-huh. You know what'll cure that right up? Milk of magnesia. Good for the stomach.
I, that's he's continues retching, and the spirits are approaching. I'm just like, it's fine. We've got him here. Please feel free to proceed ahead. It's no need to.
Marty's gonna beckon the spirits over, like, "Hey, can I ask you to take a look at this thing on my back?"
No, you go ahead.
The spirits are clearly like looking at the drunk, puking god to Marty, and like they're maybe tilting their heads a little bit, like maybe something here isn't right. But one spirit looks to the other and then cautiously like floats over towards Martin.
He's just gonna make a big vampy show of like this, really overdoing it to try and distract them.
Yeah. Okay, so Daphne's gonna try to convince this person she's a god, or this god that she's a god. Is that the plan?
I think just to convince him to help us to steal the wine. Yeah.
Cool, great. Okay. What would she do? Okay. Now, I'm seeing your posture as you sort of retch into this fountain. Do you always crick your neck like that?
I haven't really thought about it. I guess so.
See, now there's an atlas bone in your neck that triggers a gag reflex. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. My brother Simon is a big puker. Can I talk to you about Simon? He's a big puker. And we found out he was dropped on his head when he was a little boy. Dropped right on the atlas bone. Changed his gag reflex for his whole life. Now he throws up at the sight of anything. A puppy, a cat. I mean, throws up at the sight of me mom, but that's a different story. So, do you mind if I adjust you?
Yeah, Atlas, yeah. His eyes are just a bleary red and just like, yes.
Right. So Daphne goes over and adjusts his atlas bone, basically just giving him like a really nice massage. That like in theory, I'm trying to make him feel better. But you can tell me if it works.
Yeah, let's see here. Go ahead and pull up your character sheet for me. And if you, I think it's strength. Can you knead your thumbs into the
Okay.
So if you click on the strength, so it's gonna try to roll under your strength score. We're playing 80s D&D, and so 4 is a very good number.
Yeah.
So something, as you like knead your thumb into his atlas bone, something like clicks, and he's like, "Hey, son of a bitch."
No cussing. I'm just kidding. You can cuss around me.
As we're watching, I was just saying, as we're watching in the hallway, I look at Niles, and after the licking, he has like the most hardcore cowlick, like full like something about Mary alfalfa level, and I'm about to say something, and I'm like, and then just look back away. Niles is confused.
Niles, with his cowlick, is looking at one of the brazier cranes, which I guess we're just owning now, and they do look somewhat like Frasier. And he goes, "I'm beginning to think I agree with Daphne. It is a bit tacky."
Marty's gonna like make eyes at Niles and Frasier, be like to help her while still like vamping. He's like, "And it just keeps getting redder and redder. Is that normal?"
I think there's something wrong here.
I got worried when you said Marty starts to make eyes at his sons.
He tries to give him a little kiss. Yeah.
Oh, so we're like late season Frasier. Then.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Season 12 is when they all kiss.
Yeah, it's weird. Big departure.
Big will they, won't they? With Frasier boys and their dad.
Yeah, unfortunately,
God. That's fucked up.
So
so I'm gonna just try and prompt the boys to go help Daphne.
Okay. So I've righted this man's bones, right? Or whatever's in his body.
God bones.
His god bones.
His god bones.
Oh, you feeling better?
Maybe it's just a placebo effect, but yeah, I think I do.
incredible. So I'm a physical therapist, and I'm also a little bit psychic. I don't know if you knew.
Oh,
And I'm having a bit of a vision. You're a god, right?
I am.
Okay. And I'm having a vision of you in something shiny. Oh my god. You're
What
bringing.
is it?
Oh, it's big, it's shiny, it's heavy. And oh my god, you're bringing it right to us.
It's well, he's looking at Daphne. He looks to the spirit. He looks to Martin and Niles. Hey, you big shiny like wine goblet.
Oh, it's a wine goblet. Sometimes when I'm on my time of the month, the vision gets a little fuzzy. Yeah, it's a wine goblet.
At this point, Niles is kind of catching on to the cue of what's happening, and he approaches as if he doesn't know anyone here. Like, he and Frasier have just walked into the situation. I don't know who this Marty guy is. I don't know who this Daphne lady is. I walk up and I just say, like, oh, well, it's so good to run into you, my fellow god friend, that, we're just running so late to the Gala of the Gods, and I really must just go hold our carriage right now. Would you mind? I left a wine. What is it called? Oh, yes, the wine that shall not be named,
Yes.
somewhere inside.
Oh,
And
yeah.
would you just do me a favor, since we're such great old friends, and just run in and grab it real fast while I go tell the carriage man to just hold tight for 5 more
That
minutes?
must have been what I'm seeing. You're about to bring this wine bottle out. I'm a clairvoyant god, don't you know?
The god like folds his massive arms and looks at Niles and is like, what are you the god of again?
Niles like looks down at the god's folded arms, and Niles, who I imagine now, I don't know whether we've talked about it, is just dressed like Mickey and Fantasia, like conical hat and bathrobe style wizard
I like
robes.
cough when he's like,
Like,
what are you
really-
the god of again? And I'm like, vanity.
And then Niles like shoots a dirty look at his brother, but then decides to run with it anyway, and he like turns and smiles at the god, like with his cowlick hair that he's still unaware that he has, and he just goes like, of course, vanity, couldn't you tell? And flashes him a charming smile.
Yeah, I go.
A
Keep him away
smile,
from his reflection. We'll never get out of
already
here.
used as one charm spell for the- I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, because of the fountain. I'm like, keep away from the reflection. We'll never get out of here.
Oh my,
Niles-
yes, who's that looker? He says, looking down into his
Niles-
reflection in the vomit-filled pool.
Niles, you've unfortunately already used your charm spell, but what you can do is make a
Is use
charisma
my
roll.
innate charm.
You
Okay.
can make a charisma roll. If you roll under your charisma, which is a 9, I
Very
think you'll
high.
buy
You
it.
did Niles dirty,
Okay.
man.
Okay, rolling charisma now. That is
Oh.
a sweet 19.
That is
That's-
bad. In
That's
this
bad
version.
for you.
It's a good number that I will keep insisting is good. Maybe it's like Niles looks down and sees his reflection in the vomit and like kind of goes, ugh! And then he notices the cowlick and is even more startled by that. "Ugh!"
Can
and
Daphne-
just trying to wipe it down.
And Daphne Daphne's gonna try to save this, but isn't that funny? He's actually the god of being a weenie. See, couldn't you tell? Couldn't you tell? He tried to say he was the god of vanity because he's such a weenie.
Marty's like,
Yes.
I've been to his temple. It sucks.
You're in the presence of the great god Phallus, the god of being a weenie.
Niles begins to stammer and is just like fuming as he looks around all 3 of his party members. And he says, well, that's not true.
Don't you see?
But that is exactly what a weenie would say. I know. I know.
This is exactly his ritual. Coming in with all pomp and circumstance like he's big and important, and then ultimately acting like a little bit of a twat. Incredible superpower.
He
The only
he
way
takes his
go ahead. The only way you'll get to the Gala of the Gods is wrapped in a blanket, Niles. You weenie.
Dr. Crane, that's so funny.
You're employed by me.
The god takes his like massive meaty hand and like ruffles up Niles' hair a bit and is like, "Ha ha! I'll get you your wine, you little weenie man." And he takes these long, big, proud strides towards the golden doors to the north, swings them open, which I will reveal. Swings them open, revealing the wine hall in all of its glory. There are, of course, gods all around these long white tables, drinking their fill from goblets. Up on this raised platform, a very large plinth, if you will,
Nice.
are jugs and jugs and bottles of various godly wines. So as this god struts into the chamber, all of the gods stop, go silent, and then immediately start throwing their wine goblets at him, like, get up!
You got 86.
And he embarrassedly, now covered in wine, steps back out of the chamber, closing the doors behind him. And just like, all right, I'm not allowed back in there tonight. Sorry, little weenie man.
The 3-camera sitcom look of the show abruptly changes to a dramatic low angle of Niles as he just mutters only to himself, "I've killed people, you know. I'll do it again." And then it just cuts back to the TV show. Well, that stinks.
Yeah, Marty's just gonna really ask Niles. He's like, "Do you really want to be part of high society? You can hang out with me. We can go to the fantasy baseball game, and I'll get you in your own chair."
Ooh, balls, points, and a chair, too. Yes, that seems certainly worth the entire quest of my life.
Marty
Father.
rolls his eyes and just goes, "Ah," and then shuffles off.
Frasier will be like, well, if you think about it, I may not be a god, yes, but I do have people who listen to me every day, and I do speak from a certain amount of on high. I think I might be able to disguise myself and perhaps blend in there, get us our wine, as Niles' plan has, as usual, failed. But
Dr. Crane, we already have one god of the weenies, so you're going to have to pick something else.
I'm not the god of the weenies.
Got him pussyfooting around.
Niles has gotten down on his hands and his knees, and he's like dipping a pinky into all the wine that was thrown to taste it, to see if any of it just happens to be the wine. But he pauses long enough just to appreciate the savage burn that Daphne has delivered.
I think Frasier, that's a good plan.
Well, Niles, I'll clean up your mess, as usual.
Let's see. Do we have anything that we can kind of help disguise him as a god, since he's so clearly not?
What is it? I ask you this: what does a god look like?
Well, it fooled that one god that just saying that you were a god. So I think if you just act kind of godly, Marty's gonna stay out and keep watch in this fountain room.
I will note that god was wasted, which maybe all the other ones are. Maybe
they're all in a wine hall.
Can we convince that god to give Frasier his clothes?
But
That's a great idea.
So I look like the band guy. We could try it.
Oh wait, but yeah, then you'll.
Well, but you won't look like him physically. You'll just have the same outfit.
He's also covered
there
in
must
wine.
only be a couple stores that. Oh, that's true.
A very purple toga.
I have a stupid idea. We've got these golden braziers that just happen to be the exact same size and shape as my brother's face. He might be able to fit into one somehow and appear to be a literal golden god.
I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
They don't. In character, I'm like, they don't look like me. They do. They look exactly like me. It resembles me, not at all. You can see here the cheekbones, much more recessed.
Marty beckons to everyone to come help them. He's like, I want to dismiss the spirit attendant to make sure they're not in this room.
How do you do that? Because they're of course like, not the brazier.
Marty's gonna be
that
like,
Karen's like, I dismiss one of the problems in the room. One of the problems is gone.
No, Marty's gonna be like,
I win.
Yeah.
if you think this thing on my back is bad, if you guys are sticking around, I don't know if you have anywhere else to be, but I got something really crazy on my leg, and then don't even get me started on my ass.
What's that? Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
They very urgently drift out of the chamber with with
Marty
much
gives
less
a-
of a jangle of chains.
Marty gives a good cackle and then motions everyone to help him take one of the braziers off after they like extinguish the fire inside.
Yeah. Dip it in the water, cool it off. I'm not gonna burn it
Yeah,
onto
it's
my
got
face.
barf water inside of it.
I look like a wet bandit.
Hop
Okay.
in, Frasier.
Okay, so these golden braziers now I'm picturing them as like golden, essentially like suits of armor that you fill with magical fire that has been extinguished, and we're trying to put Frasier into one.
I think it's like a you know, it just kind of looks like it would be my face or like a helmet I could wear, like the same way that those coat hangers look like an octopus a little bit, you know. It's like one of those.
Sure, got it.
People would post it on Reddit and be like, "Doesn't this look like Frasier?" Like that's kind of the resemblance.
As a brazier, it probably has like a conical top for where the fire would be, right? Which is perfect for carrying liquid.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
So we put this thing over Frasier's head. Frasier, you of course cannot see now that this thing is on your head.
There aren't holes. There'd be holes.
No,
I thought there were eye holes.
Where's the light coming from then?
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna give
magic.
him
No,
Eddie.
this is the complication
I'm
I decided.
You need a see. It's a god that needs a seeing eye dog or something.
Yeah.
It's like an Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie's gonna be your seeing eye dog. I don't know how the fuck this is gonna work. Like, I think you should maybe just convince them that you're like a new staff member or something, and just try and go get this wine, and then we'll be there to rush in and try and kill all these gods. But it's a crazy plan.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna rush in and attack all of them, then we don't need to do it at all. But I want to give this a try.
Yeah.
I've got something. I've got like a grappling hook. I could probably take the rope off that and kind of make like a leash to put on Eddie.
That's good. I have some rope too, so.
Oh, then let's just use that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I will.
Do it.
I'll put on the robes just because at this point, why not? I'll like drape them over my
Wait, what robes?
the one that the other god was wearing.
You will have to acquire them from him.
Oh,
somehow.
he's there.
He
Okay.
didn't get naked.
I thought he like passed out or something.
Let's say he is like slumped. He's not fully passed out, but he is very drunk up against the wall. Just like,
We'll
that
leave
thing
him
doesn't
be.
go on your head.
He's had a bad enough night.
I wonder what he's the god of.
Yeah, I want to know what god he
Guardian.
is. But like,
Of partying.
is it Bacchus? But Bacchus
No,
isn't
no.
ripped. Okay.
No, partying specifically, not
okay.
festivities.
Okay. Not the god of synonyms, clearly. I'll throw on the robes and I'll do my best effort to like look regal and sort of settle myself, but it looks fucking
Niles like
stupid.
polishes the face and is like, never looked better, literally.
I'd also like to say for flavor that the god of partying is one of the members of the Jersey Shore.
Yes,
yeah.
clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
It's been
There's
a while.
one named Pauly, that one. Unless he's
Pauly
canceled
D?
and not him. Pauly D.
Okay.
Get in there, Frasier.
So, Frasier, you
Frasier.
look as regal as possible. You're wearing this heavy brazier on your head that kind of looks like it's sculpted into your face.
Is this on top of my head? I thought it was over my head. Right? It's over my head.
It's
Okay.
like a helmet.
Okay.
But it's still like heavy. Let's see. You've got Eddie tied to a makeshift leash, and that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
The craziest plan ever. Get in there.
So the doors to the chamber are currently closed. Is anyone going to help them out and open them? Or
Yeah, I'll open them.
I will
I'll try and
also
say
help
hidden.
to open them.
Great. So Niles and Martin maybe stand to the side, carefully push open the doors. The sounds of godly revelry, of course, pouring out from the wine hall. You saw what you saw before. Gods lining these tables, drinking their fill, but they all stop silent as the doors open for Frasier. What do we see?
Okay, here's my idea.
Not a lot, I think, for Frasier.
So I've got these like wine. No, I didn't take the robes. All right, so I'm just in armor, and I have the brazier on my head. Okay, that was gonna be part of it, but I will still try to do this. I was gonna just chum it up, but now it's clearly like not gonna happen that way. So I'll be like, "It is I, the guardian of the wine. Do not fear. There are intruders in this palace, and I've been sent to retrieve the wine of the gods and squirrel it away so that it won't be drank by any filthy outsiders. You can see I can't see, no pun intended. I obviously, my eyes were removed by the gods so that I could never be tempted by the wine itself, that I look upon it. But quickly, before the intruders get here, I must take it and put it away in the vaults."
Marty whispers to Daphne, "I think he's doing great."
Quickly,
He's certainly
quickly.
not doing as bad as I expected.
Time is of the
Frasier.
essence.
Frasier, make a charisma roll for me.
Okay. My charisma is 12.
And that was very good. So make it with advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. First one. I can't see that on my window.
That's a
okay.
19.
19
That
is
a
bad. All right. So the second
Low
one, come
roll.
on. Oh no, I didn't make either of them. 14 and 19. Time is of the essence. I keep yelling that.
They're about like
I'm
they're all
also
gesturing like
addressing the wall. Like I'm not addressing them at all.
they're beginning to move like well, clearly the guardian of the wine is. Wait a second. The guardian of the wine's already here.
It's another
they
guy
have the
wearing.
brazier guy.
He looks exactly the same.
He looks just like Frasier, but his actual skin is gold.
Oh my god.
Oh, my twin brother.
He's also got a seeing dog.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. He does have a very dapper mustache, though.
Where can I go? Can I just go, imposter?
Okay. Let's say so Frasier points his finger and yells imposter, which leads to absolute pandemonium across the wine hall. Just like a movie, a spontaneous wine and food fight. Cheeses, fruits, charcuterie, wine goblets splashing everywhere. Just a bearded dude is raining down thunderbolts. It is absolute chaos now in the wine hall. What do you do?
I just start beckoning. I'm like, it's now! Now is the time! I just beckon them. You're like, go, go, go! Because I
Yeah,
can't
I'm gonna
fucking
sneak
see
in
anything.
and try and skirt the walls around the chaos and get the wine.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Niles puts aside all of his airs and just like leaps up onto the table in these like large godlike goblets. Just begins shoving his face in each of them to see if he could like smell or taste it in any of the goblets on the tables.
Yeah, do we see the bottle on the back
You said it was on
wall?
a plinth, right? There's like one
So
goblet.
there's this back like sections like sort of raised up above the hall. There's these stairs leading up to where there are all of these like jugs and bottles. Many different, but they're all, the same MacGuffin wine.
They're all
so-
wines of the god. Okay, I see.
Right.
I
Ambrosia.
see. I mean, of course, Niles knew this, but Tony is just learning right now. Okay, got it. Okay.
So that's it. Okay. Let's see. You get who makes it? Who makes it up there?
I can't
I think-
see shit.
Yeah,
Unless I toss
Marty's
this helmet
not
off.
super fast, so I think it would either be Niles or Daphne. Probably Daphne
mean-
because she's actually the only one who has like success.
I think
yeah.
the narrative of the show would be that I like almost get it and then like trip over my own ropes and fall at the end, and that allows Daphne to like climb over me and get up there.
Yeah, Daphne does a hard step onto you.
Niles
and
loves it.
yeah,
And again, it cuts out of the 3 camera setup into Niles' like dramatic face, and he goes, "Oh yes, step on me."
oh, you're freaky, aren't you?
She is a little bit psychic, so she knows. In this,
Psychic, yeah.
I mean, narratively, Niles also has ESP, so I think they have a moment where they're looking at each other having an unspoken conversation.
Beautiful.
And it's disgusting.
Yes, filthy.
So Daphne, you reach this this raised platform.
Yeah.
You reach up to grab the bottle of wine, and it turns out to be something more of the equivalent of like Thor's hammer when a non-god touches it, and it immediately like slams towards the ground. It is too heavy to lift on your own.
Okay, interesting.
Appears to be cursed in
It's
some magical way.
Oh my god.
What do you do? It's too heavy to drag by even though it's just like a bottle of wine. It is too heavy to drag on your own.
Is there Niles, do you care about the bottle? Can I empty this into some sort of flask?
No, we don't need the bottle. He's like desperately searching around for like anything to put it in, and he's like, "No."
I have 2 oil flasks.
I have a water skin.
Yeah, I think we
I'll
all have
dump
a
the
water
water
skin
out.
too.
I have a water skin as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that water skin into a wine skin.
Can I put a hammer and some spikes into this? Is this still good for you? I don't really drink wine.
Niles is like visibly beginning to tear up at the thought of the indignity that this wine is about to endure, and he's like, "Well, if you must, you can." It's difficult.
So I'm gonna try to put my iron spikes and my small hammer and create a little hole to like leak into my water skin.
Beautiful. And it, sure enough, as all the chaos in the hall unfolds, things getting thrown, gods using powers on each other, Daphne is just slowly letting the wine dribble into the wineskin.
Right as they're about to be like full and we're ready to go, Frasier throws his empty water skin to her too. He's like, "If you don't mind, just a bit."
I mean, this is around 3 or 4 glasses. You really need more?
It's been a long day.
So you have it. You have a water skin full of this incredible godly wine. And presumably, unless there's something else you want to do, you're able to navigate your way back out of the chaos.
Yeah.
And
take off the
maybe
helmet.
well, they're strangling the actual guardian of the wine. They're just like, "Get the imposter!"
Yeah.
And with that, you're able to take your filled wineskins and you pass back through the main chamber where there are 3 spirits just sort of dawdling about. It's like, "Did you have a nice time?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're about to drink some water from our water skins, so don't mind us.
And with the MacGuffin successfully captured, you make your way out of the dungeon and back to town. Niles, you've done it.
I did it single-handedly.
I partly want to hear Niles' first party, his experience at his first
Well, yeah,
high society party.
So that is so this is the end of our Frasier campaign. Can everyone give me their final shot after you return kind of to like, so you rest up in this little town, but then make your way back to Catch-all, the major city where you all live. Can everyone give me the final shot? Whoever has an idea, feel free to go ahead. Though I think Niles should maybe be last.
I'll go. I walk into like the local, pawn shop or trader or whatever here, and I brought the brazier with me because it is gold. And so I pull it out of my adventuring sack and like slam it down on the counter and try to see how much I can get for it. And like the old guy behind the counter is like, "Kind of looks like you." And I just go, "Oh, no, it doesn't." And that's my last thing. Is it like it like fades to black because I'm like pointing out the differences that I feel between my face and its face? It's like this is a much more Roman nose.
Daphne, like this is like what's playing over, like, and baby, I hear the blues call. So Daphne tastes the wine, and she's like, and she dumps it into like a pot for cooking. And she like braises some mushrooms with it, and like tries to get the taste out, and is putting all sorts of other shit in it to make it taste better.
Marty's going to, before Niles presumably enters high society, Niles is like freaking out, and he's doing like a fashion show for Marty, who's just trying to watch, like he's trying to read a scroll, and Niles just keeps coming in like a ridiculous, like fancy fantasy outfit, and Marty's just like, it looks great, what, I don't care, it looks great.
So this is like later, presumably, Niles enters the Frasier apartment palace thing, and has a big stupid grin on his face, and he goes, "Well, it has finally happened. I've given the wine to Maris, and she's entered high society. Just a few more favors, and she may even take me with her." Yeah.
Fade out. Kelsey Grammer screaming "Good night, Seattle." Let's see. That was TV&D. That was Frasier D&D. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Rekha, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. What a blast.
Rekha, where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah, so I am on Twitter if you want to follow me there at Rekha L. Shankar. So it's Rekha, L as in Larry, Shankar. And like go to my website and check out videos and writing, and yeah, RekhaShankar.com. You can say my last name in a couple different ways, so you know.
Love it.
Hell yeah, this was TV&D, everybody. Let's see. We have a podcast. You can listen to this audio only if you didn't want all the pictures and stuff. We're on Twitter.
Be doing that right now.
You might be.
Could be. You might be.
We're TV&D on Twitter. We're TVD Show on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, there's a link down below to our Discord. Come hang out with us there. I think that's it for us this week. We're off next week. We'll be back the week after with a new campaign. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.